If Donald Trump is the Republican nominee for president in 2024, will you vote for him?
Well, there might be somebody else I'd prefer more. What I can tell you is I have every confidence that the Republican Party is going to sort out leadership. All my focus has been on the midterm elections, and it'll stay that way for the next 20 days. But after that, we'll be thinking about the future, ours and the nation's, and I'll keep you posted, okay?
I think many Americans believe that what you did on January 6th was brave in opposing the demands of Donald Trump to subvert the legal and free elections of 2020 in order to uphold the rule of law and the sanctity of our free and fair elections. So, Mr. Vice President, my question for you is, why haven't you extended that bravery to publicly denouncing the violence of January 6th, as was condoned by President Trump, in order to scourge the Republican Party of Trump's anti-democratic, anti-freedom lies that you know to not be true?
I'm humbled by your assessment of my conduct. January 6th was a tragic day. But thanks to the courage of law enforcement at the Capitol and federal law enforcement, the violence was quelled. And we reconvened the Congress the very same day. There's a lot going on that day, so you might have missed it, but I made some remarks before the United States Senate when we reconvened. The first thing I did was condemn the violence. And I truly do believe in my heart of hearts that we did our duty that day under the Constitution. But I will tell you, as I've traveled all over the country, the last year and a half, they told me I've been in about 32 states. I've been very humbled at the number of Americans from diverse backgrounds and experiences that have expressed support for our actions that day. I thank the members in both political parties for staying at their post, coming back to work, and completing the peaceful transfer of power, and making what began as a day of tragedy a triumph of freedom. When I was elected vice president during the transition, President Biden and Jill were very, very gracious to us, and I'll always be grateful for that. I can't identify a policy that I agree with in the Biden administration. But again, I think you can say that somebody's ideas are bad without saying they're a bad person. I remember the day, Mo, that Kamala Harris was tapped to be Joe Biden's running mate, and I called her from Air Force Two. I think she was a little surprised. But I just told her, I said, Senator, I got that call once. So I said, I want you to know we're going to be praying for you and your family in the days ahead. And I'll never forget, she said to me, Mike, I really appreciate the spirit of this call. And we had our own spirited debate on national television. And we had barriers between us, but they weren't tall enough to even stop a fly.
Should the amount of support that we're giving to Ukraine in the future continue as it is now?
I think, look, I'm always in favor of accountability and understanding where the dollars are going, but I think it's absolutely essential that we send a deafening message to people fighting for freedom in Ukraine and for our allies in Europe that we intend to stand with those who fight for freedom, that we will continue to support Ukraine's fight for freedom until Putin withdraws or peace ensues.